Hey guys. So, what do we have to talk about today? Unfortunately, fear. So, the overall or the big topic is what is keeping me from getting where I want to be? What is stopping me from my goals? What is stopping me from living the life of my dreams? And so, today's topic is fear. In many cases, fear stops us cold. Why does it do that? Okay, so, well, first of all, and you may have heard this before, but it's worth mentioning. And I use this time and time again whenever I'm afraid of something, and that is that fear. Whenever you spell it out, some people say that fear means false evidence appearing real, and I think of the times whenever I was afraid of something and I actually did take the action necessary to get to the next step, and then come to find out I had imagined the worst possible scenario, and it wasn't, even if it was bad, even if the outcome was not what I wanted, it was never as bad as I imagined it. So the first thing that I would have to say about fear is that fear is something that you imagine. Fear is not real. Fear is something that we imagine might happen and usually is the worst case, darkest, creepiest, scariest scenario that we can possibly come up with. And that's one of the problems with fear, is that it's simply not the truth. It's simply not real. So first of all, put that out of your mind. It's imaginary. It's in your head. That's what fear is. So does that mean that you can have no fear? You guys have seen the company No Fear. There was a big campaign for that years ago, especially whenever I was growing up. No fear, no fear, no fear. The truth is, fear is not something that you can completely get away with or around. Why is that? Because we are designed with a protection mechanism. We have a protection mechanism inside of us that is trying. It's trying to protect us. Now, in that protection, basically, it says it always goes back to the status quo. It always goes back to where it feels safe. Now, where it feels safe and where you want to go are two different things. So you might have the intention of going out and doing, maybe it's not a grandiose thing, but maybe it's something amazing. But because there are steps along the way that can be scary, your mind has built in it a protection mechanism that will stop you cold if you let it. So it will usually come to you in, oh, I feel like, some people will call it, oh, I got this intuition, I got a bad feeling about this. No, that's your comfort zone, the edge of your comfort zone getting closer. And that fear, as you come up to it, that wall, that comfort zone wall that you have built or that you've put there, you're getting closer to it, and that protection mechanism that you have starts going, whoa, wait a minute, we don't know what's going to happen. We don't know what we're going to feel, what's going to happen if we go across that line, and it sounds really scary. So you know what? We should probably just stay right here. Do you guys have those little voices that talk to you and try to talk you out of things many times? And so you come up to that comfort wall, and the difference that makes the difference in this case is when you act in spite of that fear, or act in spite of that little voice inside your head saying, no, we don't know about that. You know what? We'd be much safer if we just stayed still. So fear, one, it's just imaginary. It's not even real. Two, since you can't get rid of it, you could either ignore it or listen to it and do it anyway. Act in spite of that fear. And that is one of the strongest things you could do. Whenever my wife and we went through a training called Enlightened Warrior Camp by Peak Potentials. It was amazing training. One of the best things that I've ever done. And one of the critical core lessons for the warrior was to act in spite of fear. Act in spite of fear. And the warrior will be afraid, feel that fear, know that they have to accomplish something, and so they will run into battle because that's what they have to do. And guys, your success, your life, your dreams is actually something that there will be a battle in. You have to fight it, because if you don't, nobody else will. So, what is my main message today? Understand what fear is. False. And it's not going to go away. You're going to try to protect yourself internally. And so, do it anyway. Take that action. Act in spite of fear. Guys, that's what I have for you today. Love you. Look forward to seeing you in the next video.